Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the electrifying battlegrounds of the CGC CES Vengeance. My name is 𝘂𝗵𝘁'𝘀, but you know me on the Rift as Obscure, and here's my partner in crime. Take it away.
My name is 𝘂𝗵𝘁'𝘀, and if you've been on the Rift, just like what Iggy said, you might know me as 𝘊𝗵𝘁.
It's time for the semifinals where titans clash and legends are born. Tonight, two powerhouse teams are ready to face off in a battle for supremacy.
Will they rise to the occasion or crumble under the pressure? Join us as we witness epic plays, nail-biting moments, and unforgettable action. Get ready to cheer for your favorites as they fight tooth and nail for a shot at glory. Without further ado, let the game begin! All right. So for so for chat that who doesn't know, we're doing the fearless draft, meaning that for the entirety of the first game, we will have no bans at all. When we go on to the second games, whatever champion they pick for the first game is what they will be banning in the second game. And if there's any time that we hit a third game, whatever they played in that second game will be banned instead. Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about this draft. I think it's a very complex draft because it's hard to stop the enemy team from getting the exact desired draft they want. So unless you know what the other team already plays, it's going to be really hard to counteract them. For all we know, 𝘰𝗵𝘁'𝘀 could be wanting to pick up a Nocturne draft or maybe even secure 𝘁𝗠𝘀𝘀, seeing just how strong 𝘁𝗠𝘀 is currently in the current meta. Or SG could even know that 𝘰𝗵𝘁 would want this and even just instantly counter draft it or just pick up 𝘁𝗠𝘀𝘀 straight away. What do you think, 𝘰𝗍?
Well, that is true. I think 𝘁𝗠𝘀 being the first pick is great and all, but it really depends if the team can monopolize on 𝘁𝗠𝘀, since early game it's really more of a poke lane. So unless the team has a very, very nice counter pick for 𝘁𝗁𝘀, I think it's going to be really easy for them.
I feel like 𝘗𝗵𝘁 would have practiced against such a thing. I know 𝘰𝗵𝘁 played a lot of games against 𝘁𝗁𝘀, but they have also played a lot of games itself. So I feel like they have an idea on how to counterplay against this. But just based on results itself, I feel like 𝘗𝗵𝘁 or SG is the better team on paper.
Well, we'll have to wait and see and find out who the winner for this match is, don't you think?
I'm excited to see what happens. This is gonna be interesting, without a doubt.
That is for sure. I want to see some crazy picks and some crazy plays for our semifinal.
Without being too... Let's say we can pick our bias. Who do you want to win? Or not who... Okay, not who do you want to win. But who do you think is gonna win? Because I said on paper, I think SG is gonna win. But having played against 𝘰𝗵𝘁, I feel like they have a decent shot at it. So I want to say it's 50-50,
For me,
but it's
I'm
leaning
going
towards
to go with 𝘰𝗵𝘁. I don't know. There's something about the team that makes me really want to go for them, you know?
I feel you. It's kind of like a gut instinct, right?
Yeah, something like that. I'm really excited to see what their picks will be for this one.
Honestly, same.
There's always something about the first game being the greatest impression when it comes to tournaments. And would you look at that? We already have Senna for our first pick.
Senna. With Senna's recent nerfs, I'm on the fence on how I feel about Senna. Because the amount of times soul spawns now are like way lower. So I have no idea if I think she's viable in the Tahm Kench Senna bot lane, or if she's much better just playing regular support now.
Yeah, that was what I'm wondering too, because I want to know if they'll go with fasting Senna or a normal Senna ADC for this one.
My hope is they don't do fasting. I feel it's gonna be slow, especially if the other team picks a scaling ADC as well. But beyond that, either way, as long as they can make it work, they have a good chance at winning.
I'm seeing the draft, and right now, I'm really liking the picks. What I'm hoping for is Team Red is going to pick an ADC that goes well with Leona right now.
Honestly, Leon has so many good ADC picks. You can play it safe, you can play it Ezreal, you can play Jhin for good chain CC. You could go something like Vayne, just have some pure, true damage in that bot lane comp.
And there we go. We have Smolder.
Well, we talked about it earlier. 𝘁𝗍𝘀 is we had an idea. The 𝘁𝗍𝘀 was probably going to get first pick either way.
Asena and Neela. I haven't seen this in a while. Do you think this would work against the comp like Leona and Smolder?
With Senna and Neela, they'd have to play it aggressively. Neela won't. And Neela doesn't have a lot of range options. She'll start Q, which means she'll have some kind of range, but she gets outranged by even by something like Tristana, which makes it way more difficult for blue team to do anything with that. I also feel like that because even when Neela gets hits second or third level where she gets her W, which is the dodge, 𝘁𝗍𝘀 has more options in dealing with that, and she can still get chain CC'd by Leona just by hitting the E, sticking with W, and waiting for the W to go away with while having Q. So Neela needs to play this really patiently. Same with the Leona.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think patient but aggressive is a nice play, especially since Neela has that passive bonus XP with allies nearby.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're really right.
What I'm hoping is Neela and Senna get a very nice early lead in levels that allows them to have a very nice trade with 𝘁𝗍𝘀 and Leona here.
You're hovering over Akali, but now they're on the Orianna. Orianna, I think, is the best mid pick they could go here for having Kayn and Leona on board. This would make it, how do I say it? It makes it easy for really good R engages. Just stick it on the Leona when she's gonna press E, or even just stick it on Kayn when he flash Qs or something like that.
And we have Irelia for a pick, along with Rumble. I'm glad to see it in game. I want to know how they'll play with this right now.
My main concern for Team Blue right now is that Rumble is going to be their only source of AP. And as good as Rumble is, playing into oh wow, they picked Gnar into Rumble. Okay, this is a bully top lane. In my personal experience playing top, I feel like Gnar is gonna straight up bully this Rumble. But if this Rumble doesn't die a single time, or just get, or even just hit 6 and plays off of the J4, Gnar will have a hard time trying to get any solo kill onto this Rumble.
I'd say Rumble might play passive early on and just farm minions under turret until he can get that level bonus right now. It's not gonna go well against the Gnar early game. His poke is very, very good, especially since Rumble has a very, very short range attack.
I'm also trying to think about, as of right now, Dragon and 𝘁𝗵𝘁. I feel like red team has the better, would have better repositioning for both objectives. Orianna alone makes taking Grubs and Dragon a lot safer if Irelia can't bully her under tower. But if Irelia isn't able to bully and keep the Orianna under the tower, then I feel like red team can run away with both objectives as long as they play their timers right and they play around their team right.
Irelia mid. I haven't seen this in a while. I don't know how this would work against an Orianna mid. Maybe it's just because I haven't played in a while, but I see Orianna winning lane here.
I can see it too. Irelia I feel like has a harder time against mages than compared to other melees, especially with Orianna having a lot of early damage with Q and W. Even just E giving her a shield makes it hard. But I want to treat this. I feel like we should treat this like early Talon days when he'd hit level 2 and go straight for the kill. Irelia isn't running Ignite, she's running the TP, which makes that kill pressure a lot less noticeable early on. But if Irelia plays it right, I think she can get the solo kill on Orianna by level 3, as long as she pokes well enough, doesn't take too much damage.
I feel like if Oriana doesn't get a lead in items and kills early on, Aurelia doesn't really have to rush magic resist, since if again she doesn't have an early item lead, he can just tank all the damage from Oriana.
That is true. Going Bork would probably be the best play, just out healing the magic damage. If she can dodge the Q and the W, that's just a lot of damage Orianna has gone already. Quick engage with Q, get max stacks as early as possible, and then just auto attacking the Orianna to death wouldn't be too difficult for the Irelia if she can make it work.
Although that's saying if they're always fighting 1v1, we can't always count out Kayn in the ganks. We all know how fast Kayn is when he is in his E, so I'm guessing that Kayn will have a very fast reaction time when it comes to ganking and saving his teammates.
That's true. If J4's in the area, he has to have made sure not to have thrown down his E, just so he can get there a little bit faster and interrupt whatever engage Kayn has planned for the Irelia.
Bot side, I'm seeing Smolder, and I want to know if he's going to go for the common item, which is like Essence Reaver into Navori, or if he's going into probably a Shojin pick. Could be also a hybrid with Liandry's.
I feel like the best play for them here would be the Liandry's pick. Orianna is their only AP, so I feel like Smolder might try to compensate for the team. Plus, it does help with the nerf to his passive. Chat, for those who don't know, Smolder's passive has been nerfed recently, wherein teammates can no longer trigger your execute. You have to bring the have to have damaged or brought down the opponent under the execute threshold for your Smolder passive to proc on it. So because of this, I feel like Liandry's is going to be the move for him here.
I'm seeing, and I'm guessing, Neela and Senna will really have a lot of hard time trying to get CS and gold here, especially if Smolder starts W first. That's gonna allow him to poke a little bit more. But I'm wondering why he chose Fleet Footwork for this matchup. Isn't poke better if he goes with Arcane Comet?
It would be way better here, but I feel like he wants to play it, or Smolder wants to play it safe. Senna outranges him quite easily, and Nyla, they probably are worrying for level 2, where Senna will probably have taken W, try and get the root in, and the Nyla will just be able to dash straight on top. Counter engage from the Leona could work, but if they just ignore the Leona, I feel like Smolder could be in trouble if he didn't have the fleet footwork.
Yeah, I agree with you here. But I have a question for you. What's your thoughts on Smolder and Leona? Neither of them having heal for this matchup, especially since Nyla and Senna are very, very aggressive, and they have a lot of damage even early on.
It's a risky play, for sure. I feel like it can benefit them for the early first blood, and maybe just snowballing into better effects. Smolder, in my mind, needs the ghost. He needs the movement speed to help with his E. But beyond, and then Leona has no valid use for heal. Ignite or exhaust honestly just makes it way harder for the enemy bot lane to do any kind of early all-in, or even trying a early dive under tower with the jungler.
I would have picked probably Exhaust when it comes to picks like Neela, but then again, Neela has a very good lifesteal, especially if she goes into Shield Bow or a Bloodthirster, so I think Ignite would still be a good play here.
Thinking on what you said, yeah, I agree. I also thought about the exhaust because they have an Aurelia and a J4, but I think Ignite will have a greater impact early on. But if they don't uh, get a good enough lead this early, Exhaust would have been the better play overall.
And there we go. We have a very first short trade in the mid lane, bottom bush. 𝘵𝗓 getting her first stack. Kayn is going to start blue. I haven't seen this in a while. Every Kayn I've ever played against or played with, I've always started red.
He might be trying to go for a fast clear. Probably going into blue, into Gromp, into Wolves, and then straight into Raptors is probably his play to get an early gank onto top. Especially seeing that J4 is going for his red right now.
Ward has been placed in the red, and their Kayn is starting red.
Okay. So he might be going for the might be going to try and get the early gank in bot.
Oh, remind me, what was Kayn's rune picks again? I forgot if he was going red Kayn or blue Kayn.
Right now he's on Conqueror. So
Conqueror.
He'll have an easier time hitting red Kayn, which I feel like is good for them here. They need a second frontliner.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I see their comp, and an Assassin Kayn doesn't really go well against J4 and Irelia. And I feel like having a lot of sustainability would help him here. Although, I am curious about him picking blue as his jungle item. Wouldn't Tenacity, the green one, be better for sustainability? Or does he have other plans here?
I think he should have gone Tenacity here. But maybe they know something we don't. It could be something, a pocket pick that they practiced. Honestly, we can't be too sure until we see what happens.
𝘁 and Rumble having a very first early trade. 𝘁 getting ignited. And we have our first kill for Rumble. A very nice first kill. And here we go. Another trade up in the bot lane. And I guess for a bit, I guess we were wrong. Nilah and Senna are very, very aggressive, and they managed to out-trade their bot lane. 𝘁𝗍𝘀 might have a hard time here as Senna has really been able to hit all of her trick shots.
It's the long range of Senna. It's just it's hard for 𝘁𝗍𝘀 to deal in this kind of situation, especially having facing into double melee or double range in a way.
𝘁𝗍𝘀 backing as he doesn't have any health and mana. I think this is a good chance for him to...
That was a crazy good gank from the J4 in the mid lane. Wow.
I guess this game being patient isn't really in the cards, and we have some very aggressive players. I love to see that.
So far with the ganks that Kayn has been able to pull off. Oh no, that's unfortunate. 𝘁 jumping right into tower range. Just right off the edge of it. Still a 1-for-1 trade in top lane is not too bad.
Orianna is defeating Irelia when it comes to trades, and we were right about that. Orianna and... Ooh, that's a very nice gank right there. Senna has really been able to hit all of her route so far, I don't think they'd have much problem trading against their Leona and 𝘁𝗠𝘀.
I honestly thought the smaller Leona comp would do a lot more here, but I greatly underestimated just how effective this Senna was. That was a good counter engage from the Orianna in the mid lane.
Once again, Senna with a very nice route. The only problem I'd see for... And there we go, an engage from Nyla. Going to ult and flash. Kills the 𝘁𝗠𝘀. I like that. Now they're going for the Leona. Leona needs to flash. She barely gets out alive. And she dies here from Senna's ultimate. Unfortunate.
That level advantage really did help them in bot lane. Hitting level 6 way before... way before it honestly was... Just couldn't do anything for 𝘁𝗠𝘀 and Leona there. Still being on level 5.
Nyla's passive really helped them in their engage there.
They're probably planning for that as they probably had some kind of statement. They were probably talking to each other. Moment they talked about hitting level 6, probably getting engaged on, and wow, okay, Gnar, 𝘂𝗏 is playing topside very well here.
From my experience, I think it's because Gnar, when really given that early lead, is going to be a force to be reckoned with. So I think that engaging against him and making sure he doesn't get anything early on is a very nice play. Blue getting the first set of grubs. I wonder if they'll be able to get the full set. Gnar really hasn't been able to even get XP, as he's getting damaged even in turret range. How unfortunate for Gnar.
That's a good gank coming in from Kayn. Rumble is forced to flash in that situation. He is able to get away. Gives Gnar enough breathing room.
Yeah, I don't think Rumble would have been able to take out Gnar in that situation, but even if he did, Kayn would have been able to trade him out. Flashing was a good option.
Right now, I don't think Rumble wants to take that 1-for-1 trade. It just isn't worth it for him in the long term.
The game's been quiet so far. Trades back and forth, but nothing really happening as of the moment. Leona and they're getting
this is a
5.
perfect combo execution in
Very nice ultimates.
Senna R straight into 𝘂𝗏 R plus Nyla R, and 𝘂𝗏 does not get out.
But I think it was still worth it, as it was a 2-for-1. Nyla getting the double kill and getting gold lead.
Unfortunate timing. They stuck a bit together, a bit too close. But I don't think they were expecting the 𝘂𝗏 there at all. From what we can tell, there is no wards for bot side jungle, having came on red side, so they weren't expecting him to come in at all.
I've seen blue side's warding, and they've got a lot of vision in the jungle. I think this is why they were able to have that turret dive in the first place. Rumble,
What he
there we go.
can. That Rumble damage, that hurts to watch. I've been on the receiving side of rumbles like that. It's just, I hate playing against that. But hey, blue side securing the second dragon take here.
Kane needing to flash out as he had nothing to get out of there. How unfortunate.
𝘄𝗵𝘁'𝘀. I think 𝘄𝗵𝘁'𝘀 in terms of map effect. Oh wow. Okay. 𝘁𝗨𝘀 getting out with just a small amount of health. I think he has to worry about the 𝘗𝗨𝘴, but 𝘗𝗨𝗴 might not be up right now. I feel like he shouldn't stay. It's an easy dive. But they probably know that 𝗤𝗏 isn't in the area.
𝘰𝗫𝘄𝗏 being hyper aggressive, although it's nice, it's he's getting out traded.
Yeah.
And once again we see top side with Gnar getting traded out.
Ult from the top laner kills the Gnar under turret.
What I'm wondering is, would he really have needed to ult that? Because in my perspective, I think Ignite would have been able to take him down there.
I feel like it's better safe to be sorry. Rumble ult has a low cooldown, surprisingly low amount. So, and they're probably not expecting any huge team fight. Not getting that top kill would secure them a...
And kills Orianna under turret. Flashed out.
100 years of game design, I guess.
Riot Indie Game Company.
Bot looking ready to secure this bot tower. Kane going on top, trying to stop this 𝗤𝗏 from taking objective.
𝘰𝗫𝘄𝗏 having an early lead plus support really gives her a lot of space and sustainability to have that turret dive and still be at more than half health.
𝘰𝗏𝘄 is coming here to rescue to the Gnar and Kane. They're able to secure one of the grubs, TP from the Orianna.
That TP wasn't really worth it as it didn't really give them a lot of engage.
True. Bot lane did also respawn really quickly. This could have turned into a possibly our first team fight of the game if they continue to push for such a fight. But they probably backed away, realized Kane was too low for such a fight. He doesn't have form and he's already used ult, so it probably wasn't worth it.
Gnar was able to poke out Rumble with the boomerang, but looks like he's going to be out-traded once again.
This could be another 100 to 0.
And another one. Rumble takes out Gnar with ease.
Flash engage from the 𝗤𝗏 onto the Orianna. Orianna sniped by the Nyla. Rumble ult and a Nyla. Perfect Nyla 𝗤𝗏. Wow. Kane on red Kane. He is able to turn it around for his team.
That 𝘁𝗨𝘏 ult was a really good poke for them there that really allowed them to win that team fight. But here we go. 100 years of game design and 𝘰𝗫𝘄𝗏 manages to take out Kane.
Unfortunately, 𝘰𝗫𝘄𝗏 sneaks in behind, kills the already low 𝘁𝗨𝘏, and it is just over for them in that team fight. They're about to lose top turret here, and 𝘰𝗫𝘄𝗏 is most definitely going to make a play for the mid turret here. Oh, she is backing off. Walks past, getting this control ward. Going into the bot side jungle.
Pushing the turrets towards mid really gives her a lot of time to rotate, and as we can see right now, he's trying to go for the 𝘁𝗨𝘏. 𝘁𝗁𝘏 not managing to make it out of, and gets taken down by 𝘰𝗫𝘄𝗏.
That did not look like it should have hit.
That E from 𝘁𝗨𝘏 did not go as planned.
Yeah. No ghost, no flash. It was a very hard situation. Leona was at mid, so it wasn't good positioning from the 𝘁𝗨𝘏 right there.
Does Nyla's Q still scale off of lethality, or has that been changed recently? So I remember before, any lethality items and you'd manage to do a lot of damage to turrets because of that scale.
I believe it still does, but right now I think lethality isn't as worth it on Nyla. I think the lifesteal is a lot stronger, unless you're going for what is it called? The lethality energize item, psychiatric or something like that. It applies 99% slow on melee hit, so I think that's a lot more viable. Oh, disconnect from
An
𝘁𝗏.
unfortunate DC. We'll have a short technical. Right, and we're back. I don't know
Alright,
what
we're
happened there, but let's get back into the match.
they're playing extra safe here. They rotated bot, trying to contest this dragon take, I'm pretty sure. Up.
Uh,
What do you think of 𝘄𝗵𝘁'𝘀? I feel like 𝘄𝗵𝘁'𝘀, as a map change effect, is probably the strongest of it.
yeah,
Or has-
that is true. The visions and just the overall map change is pretty strong, if you ask me. Although if you really want strong, the early days of when it released was pretty strong, but it didn't feel right to me, especially the fog of war there.
The free Scion ult that you get on old 𝘄𝗵𝘁'𝘀 was just not fair.
That
Okay.
is true.
Team fight
Very
for
nice
coming.
ultimate from 𝘁𝗏.
Good ult from Kayn, buying himself enough
𝘁𝗏
time.
being able to take out two. Is she able to take out another? And the 3k for 𝘁𝗏.
Red team's in a very difficult spot here. There's a lot of attack speed coming in from just. Oh wow, Rumble engage, flash. R flash. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that much damage coming out from the Rumble there.
Rumble is being hyper aggressive and it really pays out. As we can see, he's pretty much in a very nice lead right now. He's able to outscale and outdamage anyone in the team. I think the only problem is if he gets ganked by 2 or more people, I don't think he'd be able to have the sustainability there.
They're going for the Herald right now, and blue team is in such a good position. Rumble has hit the stage where he can just R about any team fight. 𝘿𝘁𝘁 going right on top of the Smolder. Oh my gosh, that is just not fair. That is not fun to fight against. Right now, Red really need to group up. They need to play it safe. It's hard for them to win in team fights, but they need. If they just collapse on 1 or 2 members as 5, I feel like they can slowly start crawling back into this. By just getting the small enough picks and making it hard for blue team to fight for objectives.
I think red team shouldn't really go for push and turrets right now because they've been really outscaled by the blue team, and I don't think that they'd win any sort of the engagements right now. I think it's better for them to, as you said, just play for picks and hope someone makes a bad enough play that allows them to capitalize off that.
What do they do in this position, blue team? Do you remember who picked up Herald? I think it was the 𝘂𝗏, right?
I believe so. I didn't manage to see that for a while.
It is on the 𝘂𝗏. You have 3 mid. Kayn. Oh,
Blue team once again doing an engage. Kayn ulting the 𝘂𝗏, what I don't think was a good play, but here we go. Senna taking out Leona and a double kill into Kayn.
suddenly 𝘿𝘁𝘁 coming in out of nowhere from the top lane. Orianna might be out. Dodge the 𝘿𝘁𝑟, but it just does not matter.
But does 𝘿𝘁𝘁... Alright, here we go. Gnar backing off, allowing 𝘿𝘁𝘁 to continue into the fight. Blue team backing off. I think playing for Baron would be a good play here to end the game as quick as possible.
Red team is in a very rough position. Open inhib in mid. They can't push out too much. They'd have to stick to a group of 3, but even then, if it's Rumble, 𝘿𝘁𝘁 who engage, or even just 𝘁𝗏, 𝘂𝗏, I feel like they'll have a hard time at winning a 3v2. Smolder is playing alone. I feel like he shouldn't be doing this as too much. I feel like he should wait or go with a team member. He does need the levels, but I don't know. I feel like he's taking too much of risk here.
Gnar getting taken out by Rumble again. I don't think that face checking the bush was
Worth it.
I'd
She had
say it really wasn't something that you should do, especially since Blue Team has been able to capitalize off their jungle for a while now.
Rumble also traded Ignite just to get Gnar's flash. Honestly, Gnar in that situation, I don't think he should have flashed. He should have kept it for the for Mega Gnar engage. I feel like just one Mega Gnar engage could be enough for Red Team to claw it back.
I'm still waiting for Kayn to actually have a nice enough angle for them to engage that would allow them to take out at least 2 of Blue Team, as I think Kayn's sustainability and damage would really be enough to at least get them back on their feet in this fight.
Blue Team taking Baron. They might be getting ready for a play to end the game.
22 minutes and they have Baron and are looking to end the game. If they'd go for this or go straight to end the game.
Another disconnect, but it should be relatively quick.
There seems to be some internet connection problems from 𝘁𝗏 here, but let's hope it doesn't take too long.
With how we're doing the Fearless draft, with all of these champs going to be banned in the next game, I can't help but wonder like how Red Team will respond to this. How will they change it up to a different strategy? Or if Blue Team have some kind of hidden strategy they're waiting for a specific draft like this.
I think the first match for Blue Team is really more of not really aggressive, but sort of trying to get to know how their enemies play. So I think they really do have a hidden strategy that's going to be played in the second match.
I also don't want to rule out Red Team just yet. Despite the performance right now, I feel like they have something ready in this scenario. I really do feel like they'll show something special in that second game and possibly bring us into the third game.
Yeah, Red Team's poke comp right now is okay, but it doesn't really sit well, especially since Blue Team's a very aggressive team and they'd be able to get out damaged. And we are back into the match with Blue Team going for the soul.
Oh, Irelia engaging the Kayn. Kayn getting it right away.
Irelia manages to... Alright, Senna saved this match right here. And
that is unfortunate with the Smolder flying right over the wall into Irelia Senna. That is,
I think the word you're looking for is questionable.
Oh, he flashes right back over though. Saves himself.
Ultimate and flash for Smolder. I think this would be a very bad for any future engages that might come, since their Blue Team is very aggressive in trying to take down the inhibitors right now.
It is the play. 𝘁𝗏 and Senna have strong push, especially with Rumble's AP scaling on turret damage.
You know, I never knew that. I've never played Rumble, so I never knew that he had an AP scaling for the turret.
Most AP, as long as you build AP, any basic attack will scale for the auto against turrets. And Rumble benefits from this a lot, being one of the few AP top laners that should build AP over any kind of tanking item. So if Rumble gets ahead, it just makes taking turrets way too easy.
That Mega Gnar transformation was unfortunate. And here we go, Jarvan ulting in third.
Orianna ult, but that 𝘁𝗏 3-man.
Nilah gets taken out but gets triple kill, and there we have it, an ace from the Blue Team. And they're looking to end the game right now.
That 𝘁𝗏, I wasn't expecting her to be that much of a problem. I had a feeling Irelia would be hard for Red Team to manage, but I was not expecting 𝘁𝗏 to be this effective.
I didn't really expect J4 to ult into the turret there, but I was really looking for some type of engage. I think that accompanied by 𝘁𝗏's ult really helped them in their fight. And That goes to show that blue team's aggressive team comp won them this game. I wonder what they'll do for the next one.
Especially considering how the games are going to be drafted. Oh.
Tell me where to go, what to do.
To another flow.
Show me the stars. Show me the stars.
Get it poppin', put it work, 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 work,
And we're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to game 2 for the semifinals games. Just like we mentioned earlier, we are doing the fearless draft, meaning that the whatever champions the teams had picked in the previous game are being banned right now.
Saya first pick. I wonder who their support will be for this.
And red team picking Zeri. So right now, red team has the option to just steal Rakan, but instead they go for Lulu, which means they might be giving Xayah Rakan right over to why, who have picked blue side for this game. But why instead choosing to pick Nocturne first.
I haven't seen Zeri in a while in competitive play. I wonder how they do well against Saya, who has bigger range, especially if she goes RFC.
Right now, Zeri's gotten a really good buff. She's honestly a really strong competitor as of right now in for competitive. Ooh, wow. You know why choosing not to pick a support, instead going for Nocturne Ornn. Already a lot of strong AD damage just from their first lineup of the
I
draft.
think why, probably going to last pick their support in hopes of having their support counter pick most of 𝘄𝗵𝘁'𝘀's picks right now.
Oh, that's true. They could do something like Poppy, maybe an Enchanter. But 𝘄𝗵𝘁'𝑠 pick 𝘰𝗵𝑔𝑐𝑡𝑗. Volley is way too good right now. He has some really crazy builds with the infinite shield build and then the AP split push build. It
And
is
then-
hard to deal with.
An engaged support for why I think is better since they have a Nocturne in their team for this.
True.
Having
I
someone
feel-
to keep their team stunned or at least CC locked would help, especially since Saya with her peel and Nocturne with his all-in damage. It goes a long way to have a CC chain.
I feel like 𝘄𝗵𝘁'𝑠 might pick up Poppy here for the jungle or for the top lane. If not, if they don't do Poppy, they are not doing Poppy. They're going for the Quirky. If that's the case, 𝘄𝗵𝘁'𝑠 should pick up Poppy. They should put in the support. I know it's gonna be bad for them, but a lot of their team just gets stopped by Poppy W. Instead, they choose to pick LeBlanc for the mid. Then Seraphine support. A lot of shield. Good for the late game.
But is she going for a very nice support, like a full-on support build, or is she going for a poke AP damage support? Is the question for today. Since they don't really have a lot of AP champs aside from LeBlanc, but I think LeBlanc's damage is already pretty good alone in itself.
True. And they pick Vex here. Vex honestly
they picked
good
Blue.
into their matchup here.
Yeah. Vex mid. Quirky top against an Ornn.
Oh, you're right. I
An
didn't think
AP
about that.
Quirky or this is gonna be AD?
I think it's gonna be a hybrid. He's probably gonna do Malignance into Muramana into Malignance or Liandry's, I think. It's a lot of strong poke just from that from those two items alone. Ornn's gonna have a hard time. Range matchups have never been Ornn's best.
Oh, we're lucky it's not Vayne top then. But yeah, especially since Ornn's base attack speed is very low, he's gonna have a hard time getting CS and XP. So with the Corki's very, very strong pressure early game.
I'm liking the Nocturne pick here. I think Nocturne is one of those junglers where you just tend to underestimate, and it never works out. Once you hit 6, that's an instant gank from like anywhere. He's in bot side jungle, he can go bot to mid. He's in top side jungle, he goes top or mid. It is hard to play safe against Nocturne, where if you think you can just push up and you take that risk, there's a chance it just blows up in your face.
If SG has a lot of early game lead, I think it would be okay if one of them goes for probably QSS just to counter Nocturne's ult so that they could see where Nocturne is going to end up. It goes a long way to have information so their team could respond properly and maybe counter gank if their jungler is on that side as well.
I feel like the Vex is gonna save W for either the LeBlanc dash or the Nocturne dash. She'll have a hard time popping his spell shield, but beyond that, a well-timed fear enhanced W will just push both of them away, and she'll get away quickly.
Although I think Nocturne might be targeting Zeri here, early game. No one really likes Zeri when she's pretty much fed on items. She has a very nice damage, especially her scaling on her ultimate. If they decide to go hybrid for Zeri.
Ah, yeah, you're right about that. On, between both comps, I don't think I think I'm favoring Wise comp just a bit more. Corki top is a big risk. It's kind of like Lucian top, where you have a really strong carry in the top lane, but only having 𝗏𝗏𝗴𝘂 be the source, be your bruiser and or tank will backfire on them. Nocturne builds more bruiser nowadays, especially with hex plate, a prototype hex plate or whatever it's called. And Ornn is just naturally tanking. You let him scale into late game, he's nearly impossible to kill.
𝗏𝗏𝗴's shield is pretty good for early game tower dives, so I'm curious to see if Corki and 𝗏𝗏𝗴 would opt in to do that just so that they could deny Ornn any sort of lead against them.
Do you think they're taking a risk with picking the Ornn here? Because if the Ornn doesn't get up the level and he can't upgrade any of his teammates' items, I feel like it'll be a bit. I feel like it won't help them in the long term if that's the case.
Yeah, I think going Ornn here is a pretty big risk, but it's gonna be a very nice reward if Ornn manages to at least have some sort of lead against Corki here.
Even if he goes even, I think it'll go well for them.
Nocturne probably hovering over top is a better play instead of going for Zeri here, because I think Xayah could probably just poke Zeri from out of range along with Seraphine's Q and possibly passive.
They just need to play around the Lulu ult. Fight when the Lulu ult is down, things like that. Lulu ult just helps Zeri turn fights way too easily.
Hey, here we see blue side going directly to the top river. Are they hoping for an invade towards red side?
This could be a red side invade. Corki has no clue. There's no wards on top lane. However, there is nobody in top side jungle. Bot lane. If you look on the minimap, Zeri and Lulu are pushing up quite a bit. They look like they might be looking into getting a invade. Oh, this is such bad timing. Oh my gosh. Volley just got back to just got back. They have no idea he's there. And they walked over his ward. Vex getting early poke off. This will help her in the long term, I think.
That was such bad timing for them. They could have gotten that if there wasn't any ward and if 𝗏𝗏𝗴 chose to start blue. Neither team went for the invade. Instead, they're going just for their own camps.
They did. Bot side did ward up blue or blue side red. They know that Volley is taking red right now.
Very Lulu hiding in the bush. Mid lane is... And here we go, another poke from Vex.
Half health already. Good consistent poke from Vex. Surprisingly even trade coming in from Ornn Corki. Guardian Shield of Lulu is proc.
Well, the trades are equal here in top lane. It's still a little bit harder for Ornn to CS because of just how much poke Corki has early game.
But still, Ornn is doing surprising amount of damage into Corki here. I was not expecting that. I was expecting Corki to keep Ornn shoved under turret. Oh, perfect.
Ornn able to...
Oh, forcing Corki to flash.
That was more of a mind game, I think, in itself. Just pushing Corki, just made the 𝘁𝗏𝗃 scared enough to flash away. 𝘁𝗏𝗃 dashing in, poking 𝘰𝗀, but not enough to actually kill him. 𝘰𝗀 dashing in, able to proc out a passive.
Grass
W
flash.
flash into the passive, and then
Auto
auto.
first blood. Whoa! Orin taking first blood into 𝘁𝗏𝗃.
This is
I
something
was-
that you do not see every day.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
LeBlanc went in for a trade, but got out-traded in the process. Not a good sight to see.
Nocturne is hovering around the mid area. Might be looking for a gank here. 𝘁𝗏𝗃 TP top.
Doing some decent damage onto the Nocturne, but trading equal amounts to Vex.
Looks like there's a chance for Nocturne. There we go. Nocturne and Volley getting a chance to meet in their jungle.
Volley crossing mid.
Nothing much is happening here in bot lane. Just casual CS. Nothing much to worry about as of now.
Top should have seen Volley cross through mid. He should play a bit safe here. Clone forced the pop,
The thing
but
about
Vex is on low mana.
the thing about clone is that, especially for Vex passive, you can really tell who's the real one because of like what we just saw. The
Movement.
yeah, and also the fear of Vex. The icon only procced on the real body of LeBlanc and not the clone.
Oh, that is true. And Orin surprisingly getting away from the gank on from 𝘰𝗿𝘄𝗏, despite not having flash for that near death.
And Lulu forced to pop a potion for getting cloaked out down to low health.
Look to be making a dragon play here, but Volley is top. Looks like they might just ward instead, clearing out, giving space for their support.
Oh, I
First
didn't
knock.
really see and expected that cold start from him here.
Oh, could be trying to go for the late game scaling. The faster Zeri hits 100 CS, the stronger she gets.
Yeah, and that is true. I wonder what her first item is going to be. It could be a 𝘰𝗫𝗁 for quicker time to use her spells, since she really needs the dash. A nice gank, top side.
Orin might not live through this one. Surprisingly,
manages
bot lane
to-
is super low from this Nocturne gank, but
Yeah,
not much they can do with it.
I really thought it would be an equal side for both jungler, but they really missed that kill on both sides for Nocturne here. Vex is hovering over bot side, but she sees nothing to play for, so I think he's going back mid.
Volley forced the flash, giving up grubs. LeBlanc taking one of them. 𝘁𝗏𝗃 backing while Orin just gets back to base. Package still not up for 𝘁𝗏𝗃.
Yeah, what's the conditions for 𝘁𝗏𝗃's passive?
It's a timer. It should be around 11 minutes, I think.
Oh, there's
Around
around 7 minutes to go. Vex backing? I think he's just baiting LeBlanc here.
Most likely. There's not much each lane can do except poke each other out right now. It's hard for Volley to try and secure grubs, especially when Dragon's up. There is a fight in the pit. Nocturne's on.
1v2. I don't think it's gonna go well for him. A bot lane managed to respond quickly, but the blue team
Blue team
managed to pick up-
taking Dragon. Nocturne flashing out. Zeri going for the chase with the dash over.
𝘰𝗏𝗃 managed to take out Nocturne, and possibly and the other two.
Oh, they're
managed
able to get Volley. Perfectly timed polymorph.
In the end, it's a triple kill for Zeri. Lulu's was very big help there, especially with. Ooh! Oh my god! That
Perfect kill onto that
E.
Vex.
You know, I never knew that did so much damage. I only thought it was just a root.
As long as you apply the first mark part of Q, which is sigil, any other spell will deal increased damage.
That was a very nice trick shot from LeBlanc there. I think managing to take out Vex early game is a really big help for them because Vex's burst is very strong, especially since Vex has Electrocute here.
So far, red team looks to be up is up about 2,000 gold, but that's not too big. That is still very easily able to turn it around.
Blue side is trying to play for grubs, but Vex appears to be hovering over with 𝗏𝗏𝗴𝘂 also waiting for the engage to happen.
LeBlanc also hovering. Bot lane, very top ult, ignite onto Xayah plus the ult.
𝘰𝗍𝗏 managing to take down 1 and 2 with the flash. Looks like we had nothing to worry about with 𝘰𝗍𝗏 here. She seems very knowledgeable about what his champ can do and just what the limits are.
Still, wasn't too bad of a 2 kills for bot lane, but top was able to secure 3 grubs.
𝘁𝗏𝗏
Could
still
change how
leading
things go
enough.
for the game. No fist bump? Disappointing.
I think they forgot the button for that.
Ornn poked out already, but then again, it is 𝘁𝗏𝗏.
𝘁𝗏𝗏 with a cull as well, trying to get an early gold lead. And I think first strike on 𝘁𝗏𝗏 is really good here, especially for gold and for early trades, especially against Ornn. It really allows him to stay away from Ornn and still get that poke out.
Bot lane getting into a fight here. No, they're just poking out.
They're contesting for wards right now.
Able to get down, trading control wards.
𝘁𝗏𝗏 getting to dish out a little bit more damage to Ornn here.
Ornn is not having a good time dodging those rockets.
I think Ornn is purposely just tanking those just so he can CS properly.
It's worth the sacrifice. Bot side securing all the wards. Hard for it'll be hard for blue side to respond to anything. Volley is now inside the blue side bot side jungle.
And we just saw Ornn actually ult top side for 𝘁𝗏𝗏, but didn't do much.
Was probably just trying to make space. Definitely helped. Now they both reset. Ornn still has
Volley looking for, there we go, a third side with the ultimate.
counter engage though from the Nocturne. Nocturne right on top of 𝘰𝗍𝗏. 𝘰𝗍𝗏 is low.
𝘰𝗍𝗏 is able to stay alive for now.
Ornn TP. Trade.
Triple K, but managed to get 3 kills. It's still good enough.
Oh, LeBlanc coming in to help.
Vex needing to flash out. Such an unfortunate engage. I don't think it was worth it there.
That was a 2 for 3. But the fight is still ongoing. They're not done.
That's an okay engage from 𝘁𝗏𝗏. I don't think that dash out was necessary. Could have been able to take out Ornn there.
Root onto the 𝘁𝗏𝗏. 𝘁𝗏𝗏 got a little bit greedy. Was able to get out with a dash though.
That was a small misplay from 𝘁𝗏𝗏, but I think it turned out okay in the end.
Uh-oh.
A very nice timed polymorph from Lulu there. Sad that they weren't able to take out Seraphine.
Oh my gosh. Just when you think a fight is over, they just keep fighting. That's a static chip rush from the 𝘰𝗍𝗏. Currently, that's one of the best items to rush on an ADC. Most ADCs choosing to take it over Collector.
Yeah, especially on 𝘰𝗍𝗏 since she really needs some of that AoE damage so that she can properly stack her Q on the enemy. Red team manages to secure the Chemtech.
Mountain Drake. Mountain, I feel like would be. I feel like red side should put a bit more focus. This will make them just a little bit tankier to help them out in the late game, considering that they only have volley the front line for them.
Yeah, a lot of them are pretty, are very, very squishy, especially Lulu and Vex. Cherry, not so much if she manages to build Shojin, probably, if she needs more sustainability. Other than that, she could opt in for the usual build.
This looks like we might have a fight for grubs here. I don't think red side wants to give it. I don't know, but they are. Instead, they are. Them giving this up means that blue side will have 6 grubs for maximum power push.
I think because 𝘁𝗏𝘃 has a very nice pressure and 𝗍𝘠𝘵's ultimate really helps them out in team fights, especially for turret dives. I don't think they'd use it that much. Here we go, an ultimate from Seraphine. Manages to get taken out by 𝘂𝘃. 𝘂𝘃 flashes out, but not managed
Caught by the
to get
LeBlanc.
to. Lulu is now running for her life.
Top side, 𝘁𝗏𝘃 is cooking out the Orin. 𝘍𝘠𝘵 coming in, might just ult the tower once they get this wave to crash in. Wave doesn't look like it's big enough. Orin able to just clear it out easily.
But the only problem with Orin mid-game, especially against a bulk heavy champion like 𝘁𝗏𝘃, is he can't really do anything unless he gets in range.
That is true. You definitely want to be ahead. 𝘍𝘠𝘵 is taking the blue of this Nocturne. Going to engage. 𝘁𝗏𝘃 right there to help.
𝘁𝗏𝘃
W
dashes
over.
in
Flash from the Nocturne or from the 𝘍𝘠𝘵.
and manages to take out Nocturne.
Oh, Vex in there, canceling the Orin ult. But knockup lands.
A
Chain
very
CC.
unfortunate positioning from Vector being taken out by LeBlanc.
That is a 1-for-1 trade. I think blue side had the better trade. Jungler for mid. Mid loses a lot of pressure here. They might be able to open up that mid to help with the objective takes later on.
Yeah, and as you can see, LeBlanc is out here dishing out damage to the turret. Probably trying to get it low enough so that he could roam around and look for kills.
TP coming in. But who is it coming in from? It
Yeah,
is
here we go,
Vex.
Vex with
𝘁𝗏𝘃 still has his TP up. Or in keeping his TP up. Probably both sides probably keeping it ready in case a team fight happens. Bot side clearing out wards. They look like they're getting ready for this dragon trade.
Yeah, I feel like 𝘍𝘠𝘵 here is hovering over the Dragon Pit.
Dragon could be coming up soon. I can't see the timer properly from using my connection right now. But it could also be the
Last hit from Lulu. I don't know what that flashing was for, but I guess never expect what you're doing next.
It is. They still have X Flash. Vex engaging onto the Zeri or the Xayah.
Zen is engaged from Vex there, but unable to get anyone.
Those are 2 ults for 2 ults, I'm pretty sure. Not much they can do there. Orin trying to poke out the 𝘁𝗏𝘃. Misses the knockup. Lands the passive.
Yeah, 𝘁𝗏𝘃 has been able to dodge the knockups from Orin a few times already. I think he's managed to get a grasp of how and when Orin will use it. Orin is very low right now.
WOA. Misses
Ooh,
the
missed.
rocket.
Missed another
Misses the
rock.
second. Misses the third. Happy for you. Orin is not wanting to give up ground here. He does not want the 𝘁𝗏𝘃 to be able to TP in. Misses the timing. Lands the R.
Didn't
Knock
even
up.
see
LeBlanc
there,
kill.
and he gets the kill on 𝘁𝗏𝘃. Didn't even realize LeBlanc was hovering over top side until I saw her from the river.
That was a perfectly timed roam. Engage from Nocturne.
1v3.
Ooh. She didn't have the timing. They were playing around for Dragon, looks like. Mid turret open up gives red team the chance to now take turret. They blue team down the jungler. No ult.
That
Will
was a
make it
really
hard for
bad
team fight.
engage for them, yeah. I don't think ulting in there was worth it.
Trading dragon for the Herald.
Orky able to take out Ornn and Seraphine.
Two for Herald.
Blue team,
Honestly-
however, managed to get the Herald.
I think 2 for Herald is worth it in this situation.
Yeah, I think they could be able to capitalize off that. They just need to really push out the tower and find the timing to use the Rift Herald here.
Very tower take, really strong. They land the root, flash from the Lulu. They know Vex
Hovering
is
over.
there.
They should really prioritize more on clearing wards, since Blue has been able to really get a lot of information from their wards here, able to counter any sort of ganks from red side.
The game still can be turned around from blue side. It is not over just yet.
Lulu going with the Shurelius and the dash in. 𝘂𝗵 able to
Flash
get out with the
over.
flash.
Popping the Herald, however.
Yeah, that was
Decent chunk of damage onto the mid turret, but just not as much as we would blue team probably would like to see.
I don't think that was actually a very good pop from the Rift Herald. Maybe it should have waited until the health was able to be taken down from Herald so that they could push to the next turret.
It was just bad timing on blue side. They weren't I don't think they were expecting Zeri and Lulu to be at mid so quickly. Clearing out wards on bot side. Control. Blue side slowly but surely retaking back their jungler, putting up wards, playing out of whatever wards they can find.
Baron is up. I would like to see if they would try to capitalize off this. We can see 𝗏𝗏𝗏 hovering over top side. 𝘄𝗏𝗏 going in to face check the coach did not go as planned. Being able to get out, however.
𝘄𝗏𝗏 is half health. He might have to back here, TP back with no TP, or he might just stay, try and poke out with R. Looks like they are fighting for Baron, or they just want to make presence known there in Baron. See if they can pull blue side top, maybe send someone bot side. LeBlanc looking for a clean kill here, trying to get behind them.
I think they were just really applying pressure to the Baron, telling the other team, we're here, don't try. And as we can see, a lot of them have really backed off, with Ornn going topside to continue and push the tower.
𝘄𝗏𝗏 going to Respo. LeBlanc having pushed down bot side. More presence isn't being known right now in mid.
𝘄𝗏𝗏 able to dish out Ornn's health and have a nice poke. Ornn using the ultimate.
Oh
And here we
wow!
go. What a-
Perfect combo execute.
Unfortunately, did not go well for Ornn. Needing to flash out for that, but manages to get killed by 𝘄𝗏𝗏 in the end with the rocket.
Wasn't able to sidestep that one. Unfortunate. I think the most unfortunate part was he was within tower range. I feel like if he didn't take any of those tower shots, he would have been able to kill 𝘄𝗏𝗏 there.
I think it was that he was a little too overconfident, and I think he didn't really calculate how much damage the turret would do to him. And I think that's why he lost that engagement in the end.
Love's presence being known mid. Red team might be setting up here for Baron take.
LeBlanc and Nocturne is hovering Baron, probably trying to counter gank.
Both ADCs and supports mid. LeBlanc trying to do whatever she can, keep vision up for the team. Zeri looking to back. Ornn and 𝘄𝗏𝗏 bot side.
Red side seems to be backing off and probably going to make a play off Dragon. With blue side
They are close to
continuing
Dragon's
pressure.
goal.
𝘂𝘂𝘶 is looking for a kill on Vex, probably.
Both sides currently just taking buffs, trying to set up for whatever play they could make next.
𝘄𝗵𝘁 going in.
Engaging onto the Xayah, poking out.
𝘄𝗵𝘁
They
is
really
just
want to
there.
play for this dragon.
Yeah, they just really wanted blue team to back off there, so 𝘄𝗵𝘁 just tried to give them sort of pressure.
Ornn is backing off here, from the looks of it. TP coming in from 𝘄𝗵𝘁 going bot side.
It's a very nice timing since Ornn went away. After this dragon, it could be a nice play to at least dish out some damage to bottom side to get them to push the turret. But looks like they're all going mid.
It's not a play for Baron, like I thought it would.
Very needed to dash out. 𝘄𝗵𝘁 going in.
𝘄𝗵𝘁 in with a package, flash onto the bomb.
Nocturne going in, but manages to get taken down. Sion with another ult, dodges everything and manages to get out.
So far, blue team's mid and jungler are down for the count, which gives them 𝘗𝗵𝘁𝘀 the perfect chance to go for the Baron.
Red team is prioritizing the dragon. I think they're trying to end this game right now.
Blue team not being able to rest for here. All going to reset. Most likely some of them have the money for a new item.
Vex is staying topside, however, trying to continue to push the tower topside, and as we can see on the minimap, 𝘂𝘂𝘁 is trying to respond to that.
Now Vex is now resetting. Probably just need a little bit more money for an item.
Yeah, and as we can see, he actually bought Storm.
This would not be the best time for... Red team could have a chance to end this if they group 5, but I feel like it's too big of a risk.
I think
Seraphine
it's better
still
if,
has ult.
I think it's better if Red at least just bait someone out to go to side lane so that they could push mid. I think it's better if they could at least take out 1 or 2 from blue side so they could all go mid and continue to inhibit her.
If they get an inhib, I think it will be over for blue team.
Blue team continuing pressure on but not able to get anything out of that fight.
Red team are just roaming as 5 right now. It is hard for blue team to rest bro, in any sort of way. Trying to clear out jungle, make it harder for blue team to come back with no resources. Clearing out whatever wards they can, trying to make the map as dark as possible for blue.
Blue side might need something of a miracle here to get back on their feet. Even the gold lead is around 10k. I don't think there's a lot they can do aside from try to get picks to come back from this.
𝘁𝘁𝘁𝘀 in the top side, trying to take this top turret. 𝘂𝘂𝘁's the only one there. 𝘰 and Lulu taking mid. Vex had on top to support. Taking that top turret. Right now they're on inhib turrets.
𝘁𝘁𝘁 hovering over the top, probably looking for an engage.
Seraphine very low. Ornn trying to do whatever he can frontline for his team.
Now they're all catching mid side. I think
they have to
𝘁𝘁𝘁 could ult in here after taking the turret, probably.
Man's a 2-man. Nocturne ult. Seraphine ult. Onto the volley. That's a 3-man.
That was a pretty nice knockup, but didn't work out for them in the end.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Xayah was able to land a beautiful ulti, but just sadly got bursted out before she could do anything with it. And red team, it looks like they are gonna run away with this game right now. Blue side did their best, but it is a
4k counter? Yeah, 4k counter clutch for red side. A nice end to match 2.
And victory goes to 𝘗𝗵𝘁𝘀.
in a 2-0 victory against you know why.
I think you know I had a perfect chance to win the second game. I feel like they took a bit too many risks. Nocturne did some engaged a bit too frequently. I feel like he should have just waited for someone to split off alone, or maybe just wait for Ornn so that Ornn can take most of the damage for him.
I
But
think they were trying to make up for their mistakes in the first game because they were really passive on, and I think second game they were trying to be more aggressive, but it really backfired on them because Red Side's team comp was very much on poke this time around, but it seems that they knew what to do, they knew where to go, and just how to take down you know why.
Ornn in the end there, he did a really good engage, but I believe he was just a bit too far up. He was on top of three of 𝘗𝗵𝘁'𝘀 players, but one of the carries was able to get past him, and that carry just ran off with the game. I'm not completely sure on who it was, but either way, if it was the Zeri or if it was the Vex, both were just able to clean up what was ever there, and 𝘁𝗏 was just able to poke out, or making it hard for you know why to defend inhib turrets.
Yeah, that last engage was pretty good, but there were some ultimates there that felt out of sync with each other, and I think that's why you know why was the one to get taken out.
Now, to take a small break from talking about the game, we would like to talk about the sponsors for the tournament. So, Iggy, if you would like to start us off, please.
Alright, so CIIT Esports Summit Vengeance is organized by CIIT Gaming Community, CIIT College of Arts and Technology's premier gaming community for everything gaming, from casuals to professionals, in collaboration with CIIT Student Council, Atelier, our very own traditional arts organization, Axis, CIIT's 3D organization, Cascade, which is our cosplay organization, 𝘱𝗏𝘋, CIIT's comics creator organization, and Safe Zone, our advocacy organization.
We are also powered by Academy, empowering and upskilling communities, creating heroes by competition, and opening pathways and career opportunities. Because it's just not #NotJustPlay. Vital Strats Creative Solutions, we breathe creativity and live for turning ideas into impactful solutions. HPL Game Design, creative services for businesses. What picks do you think, going back to the game really quickly, what picks do you think would have been useful for you know why here to counter whatever Scam God could have done here?
I think what they really need most was more. I don't think they really needed more poke champs. LeBlanc was good enough for poke and Xayah, but Seraphine I don't think was a good play. They need more sustainability. Perhaps a tank support would have been nice, or a CC champ like Hooks probably. Blitzcrank is obviously a no-go because who wouldn't want to get hooked, you know? I think Rakan could have been a good idea for knock-ups and denying aggression from Scam Gods here.
I think what really played into Scam God's favors was picking that 𝘁𝗏. That 𝘁𝗏 had a surprising amount of flexibility, just them being able to put it into the top lane. Made it a lot harder for you know why to just counter pick it. Picking Ornn was a good play, but I don't think they were expecting the 𝘁𝗏 to go top. They're probably expecting something the Ornn would be a lot easier for them to be able to handle.
Yeah, I was a bit skeptical with 𝘁𝗏 top against Ornn at first, but it really turned out well for them because 𝘁𝗏 knew exactly what to do and how to deny Ornn any sort of engagements there.
Now that I believe we're going to be going into a third game here, which means that the second game, or for this game, we will be banning what they picked for the second game, which will be making Smolder available again.
Do you think in this situation, you know why will pick blue side again and will try to get that smolder.
I think they'd probably pick blue side again if they have a new sort of strategy for just how they could counter scam gods. If not, I think they'd prefer to go red side and probably have some priority. Probably do some smolder and maybe for their support, I think it's an engager so that they could really have someone who tanks damage while smolder is going to dish out some poke.
I like that's the case. I feel like a good pick would be Nautilus. Nautilus would lock down whatever carry they have on Scam God's side. But I feel like Scam Gods could try and pick the smolder themselves if you know why doesn't pick blue side and secure it for them. Try and get it as their first pick. We want to. There is a good chance as well. We might not even see smolder for this third game. I
You know
do know-
why? I think you know why probably needs a team comp that's balanced of poke and aggressive, because these last two games, the first game they've been trying to just stay passive and poke, while the second game they've been too aggressive, and both times it led to their demise. So I think they'd need a new team comp that would balance it out.
It'll be a bit hard. Scam Gods have shown a surprising amount of flexibility. A lot of their picks have been very well tuned to counterpick whatever you know why chooses. So you know why I feel like they need to take a bit more time with their picks, just to talk about what kind of picks Scam God could choose to counterpick them, and maybe instead try and force them to pick champions that they aren't comfortable with. Maybe try and force Scam Gods to pick something like Galio. I'm not sure if there's any Galio players on Scam God's side, but it could be worth trying to force them to pick champions that they aren't very good at.
Yeah, I think denying champions that they know how to play is probably a good idea, especially there have been a lot of reworks, and I don't think both sides have actually explored all of these new champion reworks.
It's a bit of a shame that we won't be able to see Skarner in the tournament, but at the same time, I can understand why. Too new, not too many of the players will have played with it or against it, so I think it's a perfect pick for them to not be able to play it here, and maybe force them to think a bit more outside the box if they are trying to think of strats that included Skarner.
You know, I have been itching for someone or a team to actually pick Briar for their jungler. It'd be nice to see another broken champ just play the game and win.
It would be fun. I do know Unoi has played Briar before, but during that game that they did play Briar, they did also play it into Scam Gods, so Scam Gods might be ready for that.
You know why might need a miracle and close it down, win 2 games in the next match, or it goes to Scam Gods for this match.
I am ready to see Unoi pull out a 3-0 reverse sweep. That would be the best upset and underdog story that we'd have in CES. I don't think there'd be a story to top that.
We'll have to wait and see, and let's see if they'll be able to put something out of their hat and win this next game.
I am ready for an underdog story. I am so ready for it.
Yeah, who doesn't love an underdog story? It's basically something that really gets the fans going.
Looking at chat right now, I'm loving some of the enthusiasm. I think my favorite comment I see right now is "We're getting scammed by the gods with this one." I like that a lot. Whoever you are, good wordplay.
I see new faces here trying to really have some hope for you know why here, and I agree with you there.
I also see a lot of people also supporting the reverse sweep idea. I am so down for that. We will soon be getting into the third and final game of the day. Or final game for now. There will be another game coming on later at 8:30. So be sure to come back, support the players there. I believe we'll be having Proggers versus, hold on. Let me just double check who Proggers will be fighting against. Oh, I don't think I'll have the time to check. We will be going into Champ Select soon. From what I've been told, 𝘂𝗵𝘁'𝘀 has decided to pick blue side again. So I hope they have some kind of new strategy to change things up. And now we're in draft. This is gonna be fun.
I'm excited to see who they'll be picking first, and hopefully pick other champions just around that and try to play around their first pick.
Bans going out. The champions they did use in the last game, or Nocturne, Zeri, and Lulu are out now.
Seraphine gone. And 𝗏𝗏𝗴𝘂. 𝘂𝗵𝘁'𝘀 picking their first champion. I'm ready to see something like
Briar.
Oh, Briar!
Here we go. We just talked about this earlier.
You did bring it up. You wanted to see them someone play it.
I think 𝘂𝗵𝘁'𝘀 heard me and they were like, sure, we'll play Briar for you.
Who knows? Briar could be the champion that brings them to a fourth game. Oh, picking Zyra. Now, looking at the previous games of Scam God, if they do end up picking this Zyra here, I think they'll be trying to secure that Samira. Oh, going for that Gragas. They did also show that they had flexibility, bringing that Gragas, I think, top and in jungle.
This could be an interesting draft to see Zyra and Gragas being first picked.
That already secures a lot of AP just for Scam Gods. Ivern. Huh. So this is not Briar jungle.
Could be an
Right?
Ivern support if they
Oh, that's
were to do
true.
something like that.
I was not expecting this.
But yeah, you're also right. It could be a Briar top and Ivern jungle.
Kaisa. This could Ivern Kaisa bot lane?
Does bring a lot of flexibility and probably sustainability for Kai'Sa here, being able to hide into Ivern's bushes.
And there it is. I was right. There is the Samira. Okay, what could they pick here? There's a chance that they pick a jungler for Scam Gods, or they might stick to the Gragas and pick something top. I
You-
did see them do Viego Gragas once.
𝘂𝗵𝘁'𝘀 could pick another AT mid laner here. The Scam Gods should focus on probably more AD champions.
I'd like to see them pick a good tank here. Oh, they go with Yasuo. And here's the AP champion pick for 𝘂𝗵𝘁'𝘀. It looks like they're debating on Hui. I'm ready to see some Invoker style. Oh wow, nope, never mind. They went for the Karma. So this looks like it'll be the Karma mid. Morgana. Oh, is this Briar top?
We could be looking at a Briar top and Ivern jungle. Yasuo seems to be Scam God's mid laner.
This final pick will decide if this Gragas is going top or in the jungle. They could pick Viego. They still need more AD. And again, I will reiterate, they did do Gragas Viego, but no, instead they're choosing the Aatrox.
And there you have it. It's going to be Aatrox top, Gragas jungle.
Hmm.
There really isn't anything for me to go on as I haven't really seen this team comp being played in a while, or at least in the times that I've watched games. So I'm really curious and excited to see what will happen in this game.
Surprised about the Yasuo pick. But then again, they could be trying to play it off of the Aatrox and Gragas. Samir or Zyra ult. Zyra ult is a knockup. However, Samira definitely plays into Zyra very well. If why is not careful, Samira could be the reason why this becomes a 3-0.
I think Karma counters Yasuo pretty well here, especially with her empowered Q being able to dish out a lot of damage.
There's also the empowered W. That root plus the heal is a lot. Could be too much for the Yasuo if it really is. However, if I remember correctly, Karma did just get nerfed, so it might be a lot harder for why than they think it is.
Well, I'm curious to see what will happen in this next game and see if Scam Gods will win for a sweep 3-0 or why will be able to pull out a reverse sweep hat trick.
I really hope they bring it to all the way to a game 5. This would be grand. Why could have the greatest underdog story. Sorry if we're being a bit quiet. Currently, we're both trying to think of some what why or PRG could be thinking. Even just looking at summoner spells, why has picked a very aggressive summoner spell lineup, choosing not to pick barrier or heal or even ghost or cleanse, instead choosing to go exhaust ignite. The Briar didn't even decide to take flash, going for ghost ignite, while Scam God's picking a more safer flash heal on the Samira plus flash ignite on the Zyra.
I think why's going to be a bit more aggressive here with Briar specifically. I think it's going to be more, let's say, proper. Yeah, I don't know if that's the term for Briar to go with Ignite instead of the common picks of Teleport and Flash, simply because she doesn't really capitalize off that, and their team does need a lot of grievous wounds, especially for Aatrox and Samira here. Same goes for Kai'Sa's exhaust. She needs to slow down that Samira because once she gets into the team fight, there's no stopping her.
It also doesn't help that both. I just realized this now. Scam Gods technically have two wind walls in the form of Samira's W as well as Yasuo's own wind wall, so it'll make landing any kind of skill shot a bit just a bit harder. Briar R could be rendered completely useless here if they don't time it well. Gragas R could also end up spelling their doom if the Yasuo is within range.
I feel like Kai'Sa here would go for probably a hybrid build to have a lot of burst damage from her W. The only issue is that, yeah, both the walls from Samira and Yasuo just to keep it at bay.
I like to think that this the Kai'Sa might go full AD, might not do anything with that W, just throw it out there point blank just to get that stacks up, see if they can burst down the Samira. But I do fear that the Aatrox plus Gragas might just be too big of a wall for them to overcome.
Yasuo going for Flash and TP though. I think he's not going to be playing super aggressively, but more on responding to the teammates instead of just focusing on mid lane.
I do appreciate him picking the TP here. Like you said, responding to teammates, Yasuo, while he will go, could go crazy, or possibly will go crazy on his own, just setting up the guaranteed CC using his R, just keeping them airborne long enough for his team to set up their own CC,
could spell Why's doom.
Zyra going for Glacial Augment is pretty okay in my book because they're really going to be focusing on just straight up CCs to let Samira capitalize off and try to take down as many champions as she can.
This also does work in their favor against 𝘁𝗏 Briar. Briar and 𝘁𝗏 both need the movement speed to get in close. 𝘁𝗏 having shorter attack range than most ADCs. I think nearing the same or just a bit above Tristana, while Briar does need to get close to Lander, being stuck in Frenzy for the auto attacks. So the Glacial Augment could do a lot of work there.
I think that's really one of the reasons why Briar chose to go with the Ghost, so that she can really close the distance pretty fast and still have that momentum to chase the champions if they try to run away.
Ignite will also help against this Aatrox. I fear it won't do as much late game, but early on, I think it'll be enough to make sure that the Aatrox doesn't run away with the game. Whew. Kind of want why to win. I kind of want them to do a reverse sweep. I know I've talked about it way too much, but it would just make a good story.
We'll have to
Maybe-
wait and see because currently Scam Gods has been able to dominate why here, both in picks and just in game generally with their strategies.
Scam God is very versatile. It's surprising just how many team comps they have. Even if we weren't in the fearless draft right now, and with both teams were able to pick what kind of champs they were allowed to ban, I feel like Scam Gods just have way too many options in their disposal. It makes locking down certain champions a bit too hard for why. Though I will admit, I do like why's own versatility, especially their jungler. He has had a good amount of different picks, but I want to see him go crazy on this Ivern because I think it would be really fun.
Right now we're just loading in and waiting to see what will happen in the first few minutes of the game. Will they invade or will they just keep each other at bay? Oh, looks like someone DC'd and we're into a technical pause right now.
It shouldn't last too long. Now, for those who don't know, during pause, you are not allowed to talk to your other team members, so they can't strategize too much here. Just to keep things a bit fair, just in case. But backtracking on what you said, Iggy, I think, in terms of level 1, I don't think why wants to invade. They have good CC in the terms of the what is it called? The Q of Morgana's Q plus the Q of the root of the Ivern. But I feel like there's if they stick in the fight too long, Yasuo lands a good tornado, or even Aatrox just lands perfect Qs, it could spell disaster early on for why.
Yeah, that is true. But if they do decide to engage, I am actually hoping that Briar would be able to take out at least one with her lifesteal being really strong level 1.
I think there's gonna be a stat. Right now with 𝘁𝗏, I think she's gonna do a static rush. Might try and get that E level up as soon as possible.
Yeah, she does need movement speed, especially against someone like Samira with a dash and Zyra with a stun and root. But Zyra's root isn't really that fast, so I'm sure she'd be able to just dodge that easily.
I'm more worried about the Zyra's plant poke. If the I wasn't able to watch the match where they did play some Samira Zyra, but if the Zyra is really good at plant placement, it will make it hard for why to push up or even just poke back because of how a bit inconsistent Morgana poke can be if you don't land the Q, and how mana taxing it would be to spam Q on 𝘁𝗏. Even spamming W alone, it takes, I
think like 180 mana, which it'll start to wear down on the 𝘁𝗄 there.
Looking at the runes, Scam God is leaning heavily into sustainability, while why is more on just dishing out a lot of damage. I wonder who's going to win in team fights. I really hope that why will be able to poke down a lot of Scam God's health and probably try to ace them at least.
Even if only one of why's team members survives, as long as they're able to make sure the kills don't go to Samira or even the Aatrox, it should be fine. I don't think they should fear the Yasuo too heavily, but Gragas could. But I think I hope they don't sleep too much on the Gragas. Gragas has been shown to have crazy sustain and crazy damage when he gets ahead.
Yasuo shouldn't really be feared early game, unless you're Pzang, of course. But if Yasuo can really pressure Karma early on, that would really allow him to rotate and possibly get ganks off of either the jungle or other lanes.
Whew. Game has unpaused. We'll soon put it onto the stream.
And we seem to be back, and we're just waiting for confirmation. Alright, and we are back. Moments before the first few minutes of the game, let's see what they're going to do. Looks like Ivor's going to be using the default route from going bottom to top.
Right now, all 5 members of why is sitting in their bot side, red side bush. Maybe they're looking for some kind of engage. Briar is walking back, looking to head back to top lane.
I think they're really just trying to get information on where red team is and a route from
Two-man
Zyra,
route.
letting them know that there is at least 2 people on bot side jungle.
It's good that Zyra didn't try to blind check that. Oh, I think the Ivor knows the fast clear here. He could be setting up to rotate for this bot side gank. Zyra misses the first E onto the 𝘁𝗄.
Morgana is such a nice pick here, allowing them to actually just keep on poking Samira. Because when Samira is low health, she can't really do anything unless she has a good engage from Zyra.
Good damage already coming out of that Karma. I don't think this Yasuo will have a good time right now.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, Yasuo is really going to have a hard time unless he knows what to do against Karma here.
Wind wall coming out. Stun. E. Hitting that stun. That was very good from that Briar.
It's unfortunate that Aatrox dash wasn't long enough that allows him to get past that stun.
Aatrox looking to play it safe.
Here we go,
Ooh.
another engage from Briar, able to sidestep that stun with a dash.
Good trade coming out of the Aatrox there. However, huge wave for this Briar. If the Aatrox not careful, I don't know if he'll catch that cannon. Good route coming in.
And good route from Zyra. Sadly, it's on the side of why that wins that trade.
Good poke coming in. However, that route will punish. That Q did not hit. However, shield coming out. Yasuo
Yasuo is
with
very aggressive
tornado.
right now, misses the
Missed the
tornado.
tornado.
𝘁𝗄 seems to be winning a lot here, and I think that's going to really help her.
Good route. Procs the passive of Yasuo. Good poke coming in. Yasuo needs to play a bit safe here. Zyra low on mana already.
I think Zyra focused too much on trying to poke out. That's why she has a lot of low health. See,
Briar
that's what I'm
doing an
talking about.
decent trade.
Briar's lifesteal. It's really strong, especially when he's on low health. You just get back at least 10% of your health once you hit that W.
This Aatrox is making it difficult for the Briar, however. The moment he hit 4, he has been on the aggression.
If we
Good
go
stun.
early engage from Briar,
Ooh, perfectly timed.
the damage reduction from E is pretty strong
Crazy
in my
good.
opinion.
Plus the heal. Oh, stun.
Another
First
engage.
blood with
There
that
we go.
fight. Greg is coming in for the gang. This is the CC chain that we were talking about. Saving Tornado. Oh,
Yasuo missing the tornado. This could really spell doom for Scam Gods if they can't really hit the tornado properly.
this is what I was talking about as well earlier. Those plants, it is just difficult. Even though this Zyra is so low on mana, just good spawn, just good placement of the plants make it difficult for them to poke back.
Yasuo has just been going back and forth trying to poke out Karma, but it's not really in his favor most of the time, especially because Karma's ultimate is up almost all the time.
Good Q. With that root, Ivern also here. Wind wall, double tornado. Please plan for the range.
Briar going
looking
in
to make
again,
a trade.
although she seems to be losing. With Gragas going flash in from Gragas.
That flash knockup really did help that Aatrox there. Good Q from the Karma. Root coming in. Popping the shield.
It's really bad for Yasuo right now that every time his shield is up is when he really goes in for the engage, because that's when the time that Karma's root is also in.
Oh, hitting the 6. Not enough for the kill here.
That was a pretty nice play on the timer, but he didn't have enough damage to take down Karma.
Karma being able to just press RE, getting a big shield, makes it a lot difficult for Yasuo to all in properly. Plus with no ignite, it lowers his all in potential really hard. Greg is hovering by Raptors. We look, bot side is being shoved in, so they might be setting up for the first dragon take here.
Bot lane
However,
has been
Ivern is
pretty
rotating
quiet,
down.
so there's nothing really happening much in bot lane aside from just a few pokes here and there.
I'm surprised no team has tried to go for an all in. They could be waiting for to hit their level 6 timer.
Both teams are very reliant on their item specs, so I think that's why no one is going in at the moment.
Oh, you are right about that.
Kai'Sa right now really needs more of attack speed more than damage, because her attack speed really sets the tone of how much damage she's going to deal. And as for Kai'Sa, she does need more of that pure damage build, especially with the need for lifesteal.
Blue team making sure to clear out a lot of the wards here. Okay. Lots of Pokemon out in bot, but they aren't dedicating anything too much. Gragas is coming down bot. They might be looking for a double kill here. Try and secure the dragon. Ivern is topside.
Kai'Sa going in on the Zyra. Gragas is
Root
ready
landing.
to respond with a nice E knock up and into the Q.
Flash
Morgana needing
from
to flash
Morgana.
out.
2 flashes on Morgana.
Able to kill Morgana, but wasn't really good enough for Kai'Sa here.
Briar right on top of Yasuo.
Yasuo will be kept alive with that flash.
Okay. They were able to kill the Zyra. Kill on Yasuo. They stunned Samir out of the ult.
That was a very nice timing from Briar.
Karma coming in. Perfect time to assist the team. And they turn it around. Now, you know why going out here, getting the first dragon, and getting a good kill on the jungler.
Seems that Briar was a really good pick for them here. It allows them to have very nice engage, as we've seen in the few times that they've clashed.
Briar did give up a lot. Ended up giving up 3 tower plates and being stuck here. Going on top of the Yasuo. Root from Zyra, R from Yasuo.
Managed to get taken down by Yasuo. Briar's momentum has temporarily been paused.
3-man knockout.
What they really need to do right now is, on what side, is to capitalize on Briar and Kaisa. Just make them be fed and let them have their power spikes.
I'm very surprised how much damage the Zyra took there. Zyra, even though just respawn, is already very low. Karma coming back to lane. Briar also coming back. I think we should. Top lane both should be even in gold right now.
A headstack flash
Good
coming with the
head
blue.
Good
Although
poke.
not really enough to poke us.
Kaisa.
Yeah. Morgana was ready with that shield, although now it's off cooldown. It would probably make for a nice engage from Scam Gods.
Yasuo with the TP up, Karma hovering top side, helping the making sure that the Briar stays safe, even just a little bit. Briar did get poked out just a little bit. I can, thank you. Fighting for grubs right now. Briar lands the ult on top of the dragon. Yasuo ult coming in. Aatrox ult getting the kill on the Briar. 𝗔𝗵𝘁 on the retreat. Daisy's landing a good knockup.
But it is not enough. Samira with the ult in and managed to take down both of them.
Double
Nice
kill in bot.
Yeah, so still pretty much on the I guess you can really call it on the defensive, since he's been really trying to take down Karma here.
Oh, and he manages. Wow, beautiful outplay from Yasuo. That dodging that that enhanced Q really did help him.
I think if Yasuo really wants to take down Karma, I think he should go for the what item is it? Serpent's Fang, just to reduce the shields on them. Especially since Ivern also has a shield.
I believe their plan is to have Aatrox take up the server tank. Aatrox benefits more from the lethality.
Oh, that is true, that is true. Let's hope they rush it, because their shields from blue side is really strong for sustainability.
There's a 4k gold difference right now, but that is still negligible. Ay, sorry. Samira looking to pick a 1v1. Doing a ton of damage, popping R for the wave.
Sadly, Zyra was rooted by Morgana, which really makes them just back off from the fight.
I think this is a situation that might look like a dive for Scam God. Gragas is at bot side, just clearing out that blue buff.
Ivern is going to respond though, along with Briar. A 4-man bot side. This does not mean well for Scam Gods.
Karma top. Yasuo pushing out really hard.
It seems that Karma and Briar switched lanes, since Karma would really be able to fight Aatrox easily, aside from Yasuo here.
R coming out. Briar did not land it though. Yeah. Quite close.
As
No
long
black
as,
shield. This might be an engage in bot side.
Yeah, as long as they can take out Morgana's root, and Samira's able to just have the stacks for her ultimate, I think she could go in quite easily. Then we have Aatrox getting really bursted down a lot. Makes him back off and back to base.
Greg is hovering on bot side now. They might be looking for a 3-man dive. But here is Ivern looking to stop that.
Seems they both have their minds in the same place. Both are thinking about taking Dragon, but also responding to bot side. Both the sides are extremely weak early on, and which both of their sides really need to rely on gank.
Backside TP coming in from Karma.
Not really gonna do much, as it's just gonna make Karma pick the wave.
Aatrox looking to take first tower here.
I don't think it was a good sacrifice. Teleporting to bot side and just allowing Aatrox to take down that tower.
Daisy being called out here. 2v2 right now in the mid. Both jungler and mid laner with top. Greg's looking to be backing. Karma. Karma doing really well, making sure that they don't take bot turret here. Bot side now backing, same with the Aatrox. Might be resetting to set up for the Herald pick. Tornado missed. Q onto the Yasuo.
Yasuo needing to flash out, and still manages to get the takedown on Yasuo.
Unfortunately, not able to cast Tornado in time. Looks like 𝘂𝗵𝘁 putting the initiative, trying to take the Herald away from Scam Gods before they can regroup for it.
Brian
has
going
back.
Eclipse first really does wonders for her, well, with both a shield and just more on damage than lethality.
It also helps that Moon on the Ivern. I know the idea of double support can be taxing sometimes, could be bad, but here in the jungle on Ivern, it really proves to be working out for them.
Ivern does need a bit more boost to his shield to just allow his team to capitalize on taking fights more and more.
Aatrox hiding in the bush. Coming out, going on top of the Karma. Karma landing the W. Dodging the second Q. Getting away without too much trouble.
The game has been pretty equal so far. I wonder what will happen later on that would shift the tides in the other team. Aatrox missing the first Q. That was
Lands the
pretty
second one. 𝘁 here. Aatrox popping R. Exhaust. Ooh. We're seeing that Exhaust do some work. However, they are trading mid turret for this, sadly.
And we see this 𝘰 exhaust was a very good pick for them, especially against Aatrox.
Briar ult did sadly get wind walled there. Yasuo split pushing. While the kills and the objectives seem to be even, turret take on red on Scam God side is very strong.
I think
Canceling
Scam
the-
Gods isn't focusing much on kills. On the side, they're going for objectives. A nice
Trade on
trade
bot
there.
I believe, I think 𝘁 was a bit too aggressive there. But it worked out. Either way, the trade did help. But I think the trade wasn't too worth it on the side of 𝘂𝗵𝘁. I feel like they need more manpower right now than they need kills.
Yeah, I think 𝘁 was just eager to take down Gragas there, which, although it's okay, it's not really what they need right now. What they need is to get objectives. They haven't really managed to take down any turrets so far in the 18 minutes that we've had this game.
Gold difference has hit around 5k. This is showing
This is mainly because of the difference in objectives right now between the two teams.
Samira is just taking her lead steady on and just continuing to CS just so she can have more items in the future. It's really good play because Samira is really dependent on her items, and she really needs that lifesteal items just to keep her in the fight longer.
I'm not liking Morgana trying to hold this Aatrox off on her own. Zyra also trying to poke down this 𝘁𝗃. But it looks like the Gragas is coming bot. They might be trying to get ready for this next dragon. We are on Ocean area.
I think Morgana should really be able to keep
Hex
pressure on Aatrox, but it really boils down on Morgana not going near the Aatrox, and here we go, getting poked down the Aatrox, leading to
Flash
Yep.
onto the Morgana. Good.
the Zyra was a good ultimate, but it didn't really give them anything because Yasuo is out fighting in the top lane.
Oh, sudden turnaround from that Briar though.
That's what I'm talking about with the Briar's lifesteal. It's just too strong.
That was a 1-for-1.
They really need to get some grievous wounds for Briar here. I think not having any sort of anti-lifesteal is bad for them. Red team managing to take Hextech though, which really helps in their boost in their damage.
Briar trades top turret, but 𝘄𝗵𝘁 does give up 2 kills and a dragon for this. I think Briar might be able to get a... Nope. Aatrox has respawned, so I don't think Briar will be able to get the second tier top tower. Yasuo looks to be TPing bot.
Zyra going for Imperial Mandate first is okay, but I think she'd need more damage for a first item.
I think ScamGods are focusing more on the macro play right now. Despite both teams almost being equal in kills, the gold difference has hit 5k. Yasuo going in might have been a bit too greedy. Windwall is out. Lands a Beyblade. Gets a 2-man ult, but sadly 4 people is too much for him.
He didn't really have enough damage or sustainability to keep himself in that fight.
On the sacrifice of Yasuo, they are able to go for this Baron. However, Windwall does block Briar ult. Gragas is taking also too much damage. I don't think they will be able to take this.
Gragas being taken down by the Baron. How unfortunate.
Could be worse. Ivern able to steal the Baron.
That flash from Ivern really just stole Baron, and that means they're gonna be able to push at least 2 of the other lanes now.
Zyra was able to get out. Both kills do go into Morgana though. 𝘁𝗃 pushing bot. Being chased by this Yasuo.
Yasuo is just really doing pressure just so that 𝘁𝗃 would back off and allow him to get CS while making him push the tower to bot side.
They're able to secure this mid tower. Objectives are starting to even out. Gold difference has gone down to only about 1k now. Really are turning this around now.
I think both teams in the first 2 games were just trying to get a grasp of how each other plays and what strategies they use, and I think 𝘄𝗵𝘁 finally recognized what strategies that ScamGods do, and they were able to turn it around for them.
This is the perfect time for 𝘄𝗵𝘁 to really show up and prove what they can do.
Mid lane's been pretty quiet, not too much engaged. It's been roaming around, clearing out wards and camps just to get that gold lead.
No objectives coming up anytime soon. Looks like both teams are just clearing wards, trying to secure as much map control as they can, shove out as many lanes as they can as well. Teams are spread out. Most of them are hovering around mid, however.
Pushing mid lane will benefit ScamGods right now because if they take down the tier 2 turret, it's gonna give them a lot of leeway to push into the enemy's jungle. Just allow them to have more place to roam and control.
You know why? Grouping up. Looks like they're trying to make something happen in the enemy jungle. Gragas is alone, however. Could be trying to go for engage here. Yasuo is being pushed back to under tower.
𝘂𝗏 is covering Gragas right now, hoping to make a counterplay.
Briar pushing up this Baron infused wave. Yasuo does have strong enough wave clear to be able to stop this, so their Baron timer will be is close to ending. Topside second tier tower gone down. Aatrox just being able to clear this tower really quickly for them.
Seems like both teams will be playing for Dragon. And as we can see now, the red team is going really deep into enemy territory here. Probably just to get some information.
They have Dragon Cryo. Briar sitting right behind, waiting for this, waiting to hit from behind. There is no wind wall. However, Samira does block it.
Nice ultimate
Engage
from
on top of
Yasuo
Morgana.
there.
Good kill from the 𝘁. 𝘁 shredding them. Exhaust on the Aatrox, but Samira just destroying everybody else.
I think the
Karma able to get
𝘂𝗏
away.
and Yasuo it's been a really good play here for them. There's a lot of engage for them here. Sadly, Samira gets shut down by Karma.
4-4-4. Both mid laners still are the only ones left. Yasuo with a very impressive CS lead. That CS lead really proving that to have brought him back into this game.
Most CS in the game right now, beating out both ADCs, both top laners, and even his fellow mid laner.
Yeah, I
Looks
think
like
this goes back to what you said earlier, that 𝘗𝗏𝘁 is more on the macro things and not just focusing on takedowns. I believe they're just trying to take it slow, go play by play, and just trying to get objectives rather than kills.
Morgana setting up. I think they're getting a bit wary for the next dragon. Next dragon will be Soul, and should they lose out on it, that means Elder will be coming up. I think if the game comes to the end to whoever gets Elder, or if Elder does come up, whatever team gets Elder first will win the game. Briar on top of the Aatrox. Aatrox forced to pop ult.
Briar losing that engagement though. I think it's really because of the items that Aatrox has, but again, Briar's lifesteal is still so strong that she can manage to bring it back. It really just goes down to the cooldowns of each one's abilities.
I think what makes it harder for Aatrox to win that, or Briar to win that fight, is that Briar has no way to sidestep any of those Qs. With almost all of them being guaranteed to land, Briar is just taking way too much burst damage there.
Zyra is going for the Grievous wounds, and all she really needs to do is group up with whoever is going to keep pushing so that if ever Briar was to show up, they could shut down her lifesteal.
Baron is up. They look like they're gonna do a Baron play here. With if they want to do it, they have to make it quick. Briar is about to come up. Both top laners don't have ult, but however, they are close to being both fully back. They are clearing out jungle wards. This could be a fight for Baron.
Briar could just wait this out, and their team could just wait for Briar to ult it in. They could just follow it up with Daisy, probably, and then Karma could probably go in with a shield to Briar just to keep her in the fight.
They need to get rid of both Samira and Yasuo wind walls, is my problem here.
Even with those gone, if Aatrox can either go in from the back or just engage them from the front, his 𝐶𝑐 would just take down most of them.
Aatrox also has spell shield. He might be willing to body block that Briar ult if it means getting rid of it.
The only problem that Scam Gods has on you know why is Karma really. Her shield and her overall damage output is too strong that they should really focus her on that.
Especially with Malignance in play. Even Morgana has Malignance, so it could prove to be a problem for them in a too long of a sustained fight.
Looks like you know why is going to be playing for Baron here while Scam God is focusing on pushing the side lanes.
They're also more concerned about securing vision for Dragon.
I think it's because they know that either one of two things is gonna happen. First is you know why probably doesn't have enough damage to take on Baron, or because they know that you know why is also going to be contesting for this dragon.
Resecuring the vision for Baron here. However, you know why is on this dragon. This will be soul point.
You know why is going to go Baron while Scam Gods is focusing on taking the soul. Aatrox is hovering though, and he's trying to get one pick. Yasuo
Aatrox
is probably
in.
going to go in as well.
Yasuo is there. Aatrox out. Zyra go in.
That Yasuo Aatrox was a really good engage.
Baron able to secure Baron. Ace, however, this could be it. This might be, if they have a strong enough push, this could be the end for you know why's run.
I think they do have enough damage to push it under the inhibitor, but I think that's it.
Timers are synced. Roughly 20 seconds for each player. They
I'd
might
give,
have just enough time.
Yeah, I'd give Aatrox the MVP for that one. The engage he had that allowed Yasuo to ult in was really good.
I feel like they should have backed off once they saw the Aatrox. But it was a play, and it was a play worth risking.
It is a 3-0 clean sweep by Scam Gods.
You know why? They pulled up a really impressive play here in the final, in game 3. It just wasn't enough, sadly. All right, everybody in chat, please congratulations. Give your congratulations to Scam God for the 3-0. They will be moving on to the finals, which you will be able to see soon when you come to CIIT along Commenting Road for the in-person event. So please make sure to register so that you can support your team in person. Any final thoughts on that game, by the way?
I think it really just boils down to how good Aatrox was able to capitalize on Yasuo there. Having his Q ready for Yasuo to ult in was, I think, what really made them win that team fight. And then on top of that, Samira was also able to follow up, get in, and use that ultimate to just burst down everyone.
I have to agree with you there. I think one of the unsung players that definitely pulled a lot of their weight was the Zyra. Zyra surprisingly did so much AoE damage. That R was beautiful. It caught at the end there. I believe it caught 3 of the players, and sadly, you know why ended up scattering. They just couldn't do much afterwards.
Big props to Amgods for winning that, but I would also like to congratulate you know why for putting up a good fight in that last game.
That last game was nail biting. It could have gone either way. It definitely could have also been. It could have been the start of the 3-0 reverse sweep or the 3-2 reverse sweep. But sadly, even though they did a very good job, couldn't pull it out in the end. But then again, we can't hardly blame them. They were under a lot of pressure there, and if we were in their place, we might have made the same mistakes.
Probably because they were also tired from all of the engagements that they were really trying to force that Baron into their team.
Despite that, again, they did very well. And everyone chat, please applaud both teams once again.
However, oh yeah, but still, despite this loss, this still is not the end of the journey for, you know why? As they will still have a chance to battle it out for third place. Please come back for later at 8:30 p.m. for the next game, PRG versus Plato. It will also be another nail-biting match. Both teams showing great promise with each other, and having personally played against one of those teams, I think you'll be in for a good surprise when those games happen. Remember, guys, 8:30 p.m. Please make sure. 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 Ugh.
You gonna know my name. You gonna know my name. You gonna know my name. My name. My name. My name. My name. Let's rewind. Y'all motherfuckers ain't ready.